It's a Friday. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. What up? What up, everybody? Hope you guys are doing well. You made it through the work week. Ladies and gentlemen, you made it. It's Friday. It's a Friday. And you got the weekend coming up. Hang on, let me just have a sip of this freshly made Nespresso. Whew. Hot damn. That's good. And I think it's been a pretty good week. We got some fun, nerdy news coming out throughout the week, including some really crazy Spider-Man stuff. You know, today, what I want to kind of focus on for the stream is I want to talk about Sony's plan for Spider-Man, some of the recent rumors we've heard about Sony's plan, Marvel's involvement, and what this all means. This is coupled with a new leak from Madam Webb that shows a certain character, and some of the scoopers are speaking up about who this character is. And so a lot of what Sony is at least attempting to do is starting to come into frame here. And so I want to go over it with you guys, just talk about it, kind of see where we are at with this, what do we think about it. And I mean, it's Sony, you know what I mean? So El Muerto is on that list, and there's other things that are on the list as well that we have to talk about and just kind of see how we feel about it. But that is what it is. Oh, how could I forget? Hang on. I'm sure everybody's like scratching their necks, rabidly anticipating the gambling. And boom, there it is. Initiate the gambling. There you go. Gambling done. There you go. Gamble away all your nerd coin. I mean, you know, try to win some nerd coin. There you go. Boom. Okay, so yeah, we're going to talk about that a little bit today. It's going to be cool. I'm also going to rant a little bit about Snyder fans just because they're driving me fucking crazy. So I wanted to go into that a little bit. No call-ins today. I'm sorry. Okay, but we got to kind of keep it moving at a clip. We've got this stream. We've got the 1 p.m. stream for Prime members, and it's going to be a very cool stream. I want to talk to you guys about some of the changes we're making to the channel to the content on the regular channel. That's going to be really cool. So if you're a Prime member, try to come on by for 1 p.m. And then at 7 p.m. tonight, we will be doing a watch party for Werewolf by Night, the new Marvel special feature Halloween thing with Werewolf by Night, Elsa Bloodstone, Man-Thing. I haven't seen it yet. I've seen some pictures on social media. It looks really fun. So come on by tonight. We'll start the stream at 7 p.m. I'm going to be in costume. Liam will be in costume. We'll show off our costumes together. And then at about 7:30, we'll start the watch party and we'll watch Werewolf by Night together. So I think that'll be super fun. But that's 3 streams, and I also have some video stuff that we're working on as well. So I got to kind of just keep it moving today. But we'll still have a chill-ass stream today, so no worries on that. Yeah, I guess let's just get into it, huh? I guess we should just get into it. You know, I just want to know, though, like, are you guys all okay? Is everybody all good? How's the week been for everybody? Before we get into this crazy Spider-Man news, how's the week going? Got any cool plans? Why should I like the video, Josh? Well, here's the thing, man. I usually don't watch, or rather, I usually don't like videos either, but with our channel in particular, it's a little bit different because, number one, if you like the video, there's this magical property that will make your eyesight just a little bit better, your hair a little bit thicker, your waist a little bit thinner. And look, you know, results may vary. It's not scientifically backed, but you know, I'm all about value. I'm all about value here at the channel. So most channels, you like it, it does nothing for you. This channel, you like it, and it's like having a rabbit's foot or a horseshoe or something. Just like it. Hype me up with the Cavill news. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do a full video I'm going to do a full video about the Cavill news, the future of DC. I'm collecting my thoughts. I'm collecting some details, and I want to put that out probably tomorrow. So today, I think you're going to get the Doctor Doom video, the one that we've been working on that I think you will absolutely love. Why Doctor Doom is the biggest Giga Chat in all of Marvel. Oh, shit. Let me get this going on here. Haha. Okay, cool. So we've got that video coming out for you today, Doctor Doom video. Very hyped up, very big deal, very cool. You got to check it out. Watch it once, watch it twice, maybe 3 times. And then we're going to work on a video about DC and the future of DC, and I'll probably release that tomorrow. It's crazy. It's crazy. A lot of wild stuff going on. And I'm actually kind of excited about some of the things that Warner Brothers is doing. But also, of course, there's a lot of skepticism, and then the fans themselves are already ruining it, which I'll get into a little bit later. I want to rant about the Snyder fans, but I want to do that later in the stream, okay? So, shall we begin? Shall we start in the beginning? The beginning. Scarlet Spider? Oh my god, I wish, bro. I wish. Okay, so let's take you back to the good times, man. Let's take them back to the good times. Let's remember back to the time of Spider-Man No Way Home. Oh, man, what a special time, right? It was incredible. The hype leading up to the movie was insane. Added by Andrew Garfield being caught red-handed in 4K and then trying to deny it on every single talk show, it seemed like. It was crazy. Like, Andrew Garfield was just denying it in all these different interviews, and fucking Tobey Maguire was just out meeting people on the street and kind of hinting that, yeah, he's in the movie. It was wild. It was wild times, right? And more to the point of, like, Sony's future plans, at that time, a lot of people were talking about how there's going to be more Tobey and there's going to be more Andrew. And, like, that just makes sense. It seems like everybody had an incredible time on that set. Tobey and Andrew had a great time. They also made like $1 million, maybe a couple million, and they were only there for 7 days. So it was probably like a really nice fucking, experience for them. But regardless, like, we heard all these different things. There was a lot of speculation about Tom Holland. And then since then, pretty much nothing. Okay. Now, some of what we're going to talk about today is going to be speculation for sure. Some of it is going to be rumorage and leaks. And so I think regardless of how you feel about these different things, I think the main thing that we can all agree on is that we don't know and we're confused. Okay? So we don't know and we're confused. Enter the most recent leak about this, which we're going to go over. And then I want to look at a couple of different articles and kind of just take you back a little bit to explain what other people were saying before. This should be a very good exploration of what is going on, okay? So, this was posted, and this was actually a couple weeks ago at this point where this was making the rounds via Film Odyssey. And a lot of people kind of gave this the nod. And they were like, yeah, this is probably real here, okay? So, I mean, you started off with like an absolute just total banger of an incredible movie that's probably the person that will actually defeat Kang and save us all from Secret Wars, El Muerto. Okay? Tyler, welcome back to the Nerd Vengers. You are a Nerd Venger. Now, El Muerto. I mean, honestly, what do we even really have to say about that? We don't have to go too hard on it. It is a mind-numbingly stupid decision. I mean, somebody, please help me. If somebody thinks El Muerto is actually going to be dope, or that we should be excited about El Muerto, like, please, somebody in chat, help me. Like, help me here. Like, am I missing something when it comes to El Muerto? Yeah, I don't know. I'll check it back in the chat. Maybe you guys can help me out. Now, Madam Web. We know Madam Web is real, and we also have an idea of what Madam Web will be. Here's the thing. The Madam Web movie, I feel, and I think many other people feel, is sort of the linchpin for their entire multiversal plan. This movie is attempting to do something that will set up the connective tissue between all of these other movies, okay? Which again is like, I mean, look, I understand what you're trying to do here, Sony. And in some ways, Madam Web could be considered the Doctor Strange of the Spider-Man lore and shit like that. And that's fine. But, I mean, the word from a lot of these different insiders is that, like, Sony doesn't even know what the fuck the Madam Web movie is. And they've been changing it quite a bit and trying to make sense of it and, you know, whatever, right? We'll circle back. We'll circle back. Kraven the Hunter. This one's kind of interesting. I mean, look, I like Kraven the Hunter a lot in the comic books, of course. And you got Aaron Taylor Johnson. I think he's a really good actor. But two things. Number one, probably no Spider-Man. What? Yeah, that's right. Kraven movie without Spider-Man. Interesting. Number two, Kraven is apparently some kind of a animal lover and not actually a hunter in this movie. And that's like a rumor or whatever, right? But like, Sony, for God's sake, please don't do that. And if you're not doing that, I would speak up about it because this shit is being spread around. Like, Kraven, the member of PETA, does not ring the same as Kraven the Hunter. And I swear to God, if you make Kraven not Kraven, you're gonna get another Morbius. Like, you're going to get another Morbius. And by the way, from what I understand, Morbius actually not half bad. Still haven't seen it. Just like Andor episode 5, I haven't seen it. Couldn't tell you. But what people say is that Morbius wasn't the worst. It's actually like a decent character. And maybe Kraven in some sense could actually be a decent character as well. But if you don't make him actually Kraven the Hunter and you don't have Spider-Man, bro, what are you doing, bro? Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, that's wild. Next, let's talk about Sandman and the Rhino. This shit's real, by the way. This is not just coming from Film Odyssey. Several people have talked about this Sandman and the Rhino movie. Bro, what? Sandman and Rhino? What? Like, again, maybe I'm missing something here. Right? Maybe I'm missing something here. But this is like, bruh. Now, it's possible that they want to make Sandman and Rhino actually like much better and have like a more of an actual Rhino. Like, not the Paul Giamatti robot suit bullshit, but like actually the Rhino, right? And Sandman has the potential to be cool. I mean, he's decent, actually, in those old movies, right? But it's like, dude, what? Like, Sandman and the Rhino. This is like the same team. By the team that brought you El Muerto, Kraven, the member of PETA, Sandman and the Rhino. You know what I mean? It's like, what? Ridiculous. Now, let's just jump right ahead to the Amazing Spider-Man 3. Now, I think in the original leak, they said something like it's just going to be called Amazing Spider-Man or The Amazing Spider-Man, which is crazy because they already called the first Andrew Garfield one that. But this is assumed to be Andrew Garfield's return to the role of Spider-Man. And I do feel like there were major talks between Andrew Garfield and Sony to get him to return, and I think he's open to it. But he said, and remember, because we looked at a lot of these interviews, we watched a lot of these, he said it would have to be something really special. And you can't, like, go from something like what happens in No Way Home and then just go into your regularly scheduled bullshit, like what the vibe I get from, like, El Muerto, Kraven the Hunter, Sandman. Honestly, even Madam Web. Like, we're going to talk about Madam Web and, like, how it could actually be decent, but I still, like, think this movie's probably goobly glob bullshit. They have no idea what the fuck they're doing. Holy shit, bro. But you've got Amazing Spider-Man, okay? I don't know. I just don't know if this will actually happen unless Feige is involved. Okay? And again, we're going to get into some speculation here in a little bit, right? because do you guys remember that report about how Marvel and Sony were going to have this thing where all the Sony Spider-Man movies were going to end up on Disney Plus? Do you remember that? Well, as far as I understand it, that's actually not ever kicked in, and I'm not sure why. Like, did that deal fall apart? Does that deal have a time lapse where, like, it won't actually come into play until later? And we're going to talk about it because some of the things that we're going to go into are referring to that deal. Like, around the time when that deal was happening, there were a lot of talks about different deals and things going on for these spider people. So I just don't know if that's actually still on the table. There's also the possibility here, guys, that Sony is, like, rather Marvel Studios is taking a different approach because they actually think they can get the Spider-Man license back, or they can put enough pressure on Sony to get them to cave and basically give, like, a lot of creative decision-making and rights back to Feige. Because, yeah, they made Spider-Man No Way Home, right? But Disney got a much bigger chunk of that movie than they had for the other films. And so even though it's the most profitable movie that Sony's ever had, there is something to kind of be said for, like, the fact that, like, Morbius bombed in theaters twice. The fact that all of these other movies will probably underperform. Venom 2 underperformed. I mean, it did all right, but it underperformed compared to even the first movie. So I just don't know. There's also this thing going on where NBC Universal may well be making this massive purchase and basically buying HBO in a couple of years, or buying Warner Brothers and all their different properties, right? And I heard something, although I don't know, like, how true this is, but I heard that around that time, in that 2-year time gap from now, it is possible that Sony and their licensing also gets split up and moved around. I don't know why exactly. Like, I can't exactly follow the, like, business linkage between, like, Universal buying the Warner Brothers stuff and Sony selling, but apparently it exists. I've heard this speculated from multiple people that's possibly on the table. So it's maybe a thing where Marvel Studios or Disney is trying to actually hold back on furthering their business relationship with Sony because they think they could have leverage in a couple years to actually get Sony and Spider-Man back permanently, which, you know, it is what it is. Okay, so Morbius 2. Bro, there ain't no goddamn way, but also probably true. Like, the movie that bombed in theaters twice is getting a sequel. Like, bro, what? Like, are you serious? Like, you're serious. You're serious about this. Okay. And then Spider-Geddon. Okay, let's just move right into that. Spider-Geddon. Now, this is interesting. This is interesting. Because this is the first semblance of anything that makes fucking sense on this entire list. This is the first thing that actually, like, makes a lot of sense. I mean, I guess the Amazing Spider-Man thing, but this makes a lot of sense. Spider-Geddon, which is an extension of the SpiderVerse story, is a good endpoint. It is a good, crazy, multiversal thing for them to do. And it's also possible that what they're doing with Across the Spider-Verse will lead into Spider-Geddon. And you'll have all of that going on. Now, Venom 3. I think Venom 3 is definitely happening. I don't see why it wouldn't. I think Tom Hardy really likes that character. I think Sony thinks of Venom as somewhat central to what they're doing over there. And yeah, so I think they'll probably do Venom. I would just hope that Venom 3 would be a little bit better. Like, Venom 2 is okay. Like, I had an okay time with it. But, like, it's really, it is so not what it could have been. You know what I mean? Like, you've got Cletus Cassidy. You've got mutants in that movie. Like, dude, you could have gone way harder and just did way better than what you did in Venom 3, okay? Now, Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, I don't know what this could be, but perhaps an extension of Spider-Geddon or something that happens around there. And then you've got the Silk TV series, which I'm cool with that, right? I'm cool with that, okay? But now I want to take you back to 2018. I want to take you back to 2018. And we'll talk about the Spider-Verse and the Spider-Man actually going in to Spider-Geddon. Just for a little bit of context of what's going on here, okay? Dan Slott might have finished his 10-year run on Marvel's The Amazing Spider-Man comic book, but that doesn't mean that he's done with the web-headed superhero. Instead, he's teaming up with writer Christos Gage and artist Jorge Molina for Spider-Geddon, a sequel to the 2014 fan-favorite SpiderVerse storyline. Announced today by Marvel, details about Spider-Geddon remain thin on the ground, but the company promises more information over the next few weeks. SpiderVerse took the multitudes of Spider characters and put them all on the same stage, and we've been playing with it ever since, editor Nick Lowe said in a statement from the publisher. Spider-Geddon straps dynamite to that stage and blows it to smithereens. Okay, the most dangerous Spider villain ever, Morlun. How many of y'all know about Morlun, by the way? Sajid, welcome to the Nerd Ventures. You are a Nerd Venture now. How many of you know about Morlun? Really cool character, the Inheritors, etc., etc. It's kind of awesome, right? Let's see here. Morlun and his family of Inheritors were trapped in the perfect prison at the end of SpiderVerse, but like in any superhero story, there's always a way out. And you won't believe how these Spider Eaters get out, but they're out and they want revenge. Okay. So kind of cool. I also just find it interesting that this was in the Hollywood Reporter. Right? Just kind of interesting. I don't know. I just see like a little bit of a thread tying that up together. Because this would be, of course, around the time when they're developing stuff and coming up with ideas for Sony. Okay? All right. So now let's jump into 2021. Let's jump into 2021. This is over on the Cosmic Circus. Okay. Undoubtedly, Spider-Man No Way Home is one of the most highly anticipated films of 2021 and perhaps one of the most exciting releases from Marvel Studios to date. Not only is it just another Spider-Man film, but the character himself is also hugely polarizing in mainstream media. It's also a film that carries much higher expectations than any of the previous releases from both Spider-Man films and potentially any MCU film before it, all because it's a film that will give leeway to the crossover many Spider-Man fans have wanted to see since the comic book storylines were published in 2014, the live-action SpiderVerse with the 3 modern adaptations of Spider-Man. Not only will fans expect to see Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's interpretations of the web slingers return to the big screen, but they'll also bring along the villains and potentially other characters from their respective films. Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin, Alfred Molina, yeah, we all know. This begs the question, after delivering what is arguably the most ambitious Spider-Man story ever told in this medium, what comes next? Now, bear in mind, what I'm about to discuss should be taken as a rumor that comes from a number of sources who I believe have a level of credibility. This rumor comes to me from several months ago, as our editor-in-chief, Lizzie Hill, can attest, following when Disney and Sony reached a deal regarding the streaming rights to Spider-Man and other films for the Disney Plus catalog. Okay, I want to stop for a second. I, too, had some people reach out when this deal was being established. And this was big news. That all the Sony stuff was going to be going over to Disney Plus. And when that happened, it really did feel like Sony and Marvel, Sony and Disney had come to some kind of crazy agreement and things were changing. There was all kinds of crazy stuff being talked about then, right? So I believe them and I understand that they got this. Then my question, as I continue to wonder about, is did something change? Is this still happening? What the hell? So anyways, let's read on. What is the actual rumor? In discussing the rumor with Lizzie, we felt it was best to approach these exciting potential plans with caution due to the massive implications. However, given the latest Disney Plus Day announcements, we decided it would be something fans would be very interested in and hear and want to talk about. That being said, let's delve into it. The rumor I heard is that Disney and Sony reaching that Spider-Man streaming deal was the first stepping stone in further strengthening the relationship between the two companies. The premise is that following the release of Spider-Man No Way Home, Peter Parker's story will continue in altering format. Marvel Studios seems to be planning to expand his story by having the usual 3 live-action Spider-Man trilogy for the character, along with 3 seasons of Spider-Man Disney Plus show, where each season will fill in the gap between each movie release. The first could very well be the newly announced Spider-Man Freshman Year, a show that will serve as the MCU Peter Parker's origin story. Now, that's pretty interesting because we already know that's kind of not true, which again leads me to believe that something along the way changed. But for now, let's just keep reading. Marvel Studios seems to be planning to expand his story, but oh yeah, we just read that. In this scenario, the separate seasons may be given a different name, of course, but potentially may be led by the same team from Spider-Man Freshman Year. It would just be moving forward in time for Peter to go along with and fill in between the films. To help the visuals that could happen, the reported rumors are accurate, see below. So you have Freshman Year, Spider-Man 4. You have Spider-Man Season 2 of Freshman Year, and then you have Spider-Man 5. Then you've got Spider-Man Season 3, then you got Spider-Man 6, okay? Spider-Man is a character that can attempt to set up a cinematic universe of his own. Just look at Sony's Spider-Man universe with Venom, Morbius, Kraven the Hunter. Beyond the pun, however, Spider-Man's rogues galleries and comic book source material are so vast, and trying to explore all of it with a 2-hour time frame is an uphill battle. That's why the most praised Spider-Man project out are projects like Spectacular Spider-Man and the Marvel Spider-Man PS4 video game. Should Marvel and Sony go this route for Spidey's future, they could find great success in developing the character further than ever before. It allows Peter Parker's story Spider-Man to span even longer a cumulative runtime than any other previous MCU character. This fundamental characteristic could allow the MCU Spider-Man relationship with the fans, making it all the more emotional the moment Peter Parker's story eventually ends in the MCU. Okay. Now, we're going to tie all of this together, okay? But now, I want to talk about the Madam Webb leaks, okay? So I got to say, slight spoiler warning. We're going to go over some set photographs. We're going to talk about some of the rumors, some of the leaks. So you might want to leave for just a couple of minutes if you don't want spoilers. But we're going to get into it. I'll give you just a minute. And I'm going to sip this Nespresso. I'm hungry, man. I had a big old bowl of Magic Spoon. We're making this really fun lunch. I got several streams. We're doing a Dr. Doom video. And I'm hungry. Okay, that's really what it is. I'm hungry. Okay, here we go. Boom. Let's look at it. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Who this? Who's this man? Hey man, who is this man? Well, according to Can We Get Some Toast, who many people think is another alternate account of My Time to Shine Hello, I don't know. But heard he's allegedly Ezekiel Sims, the Terminator of this movie, if you will. Not 100% on this, okay? So let's check this out. Ezekiel Sims. Okay, so it says here, Ezekiel apparently underwent some form of ritual which granted him the powers of a spider totem. That's actually going to come to be very important, but let's keep going. Upon being granted these powers, similar to Spider-Man's powers, he set about amassing a fortune. He soon learned that, being a totemic in nature, he would be beset by those of orders higher up the totem hierarchy. One of these beings, Morlun, would become something of a nemesis to him, and Ezekiel began to take steps to gather all information he could on Morlun to protect the future generation of spider totems, paying for bunkers to be constructed which would block out anyone could find those with ties to the Totem Order. Ezekiel also became a member of the Spider Society, helping found the Webb Corps to serve as a front. When Peter Parker and Cindy Moon were bitten by a spider that had been irradiated by a particle accelerator used in a dimension of the safe handling of the nuclear laboratory waste materials sponsored by the General Tectonics Corporation, Ezekiel contacted Cindy and trained her in the use of her powers until he realized that Moreland was tracking her. He then locked her away in one of his special rooms at the bottom of his tower to protect her from the devourers of the totem. Silk, exactly. The Second Sons. Exactly. Yeah. Okay. He also monitored Peter's progress as the superpowered vigilante Spider-Man. When it became apparent Moreland would target Peter, Ezekiel confronted him, claiming to have hired several detectives to discover certain parts of his real identity and piece them together. After they spoke a few times, Ezekiel tried to convince Peter Parker to hide in the specifically constructed room as Moreland was soon to arrive in New York. Trying to find the one with the most powerful spider totem powers, his pleas were in vain as Parker decided to confront Moreland himself to prevent anyone from dying as a byproduct of not being eaten. After being severely beaten by Moreland, Spider-Man returned and begged use of the room, which Ezekiel revealed would be useless now since Moreland had his scent. He apologized for cursing himself and having to leave the hero to his fate. And the next morning, Spider-Man had been severely beaten once again, but was surprised to find Ezekiel saved his life. Okay. Let's lead down here because maybe this will have something to do with what we're going to talk about here. Later, Ezekiel warned Peter of the coming of the Gatekeeper who controlled mystical forces. Ezekiel said that the Gatekeeper saw him as an unworthy to possess his powers since he received them by accident and intended to kill him. Ezekiel told Peter to return to Ghana with him, but Peter refused until swarms of spiders attacked New York. Spider-Man tried to save as many as he could when Ezekiel said that the Gatekeeper could arrive to kill him, and he urged him to go with him. The spiders gathered and formed the body of the Gatekeeper, who told Peter that bugs are important to the world and the spiders are the hunters of the bug world. Spider-Man attempted to fight the Gatekeeper but was outmatched. The Gatekeeper tells him that he was chosen by mystical forces to receive his power out of all the students in the dimension as he became a natural hunter because of all the anger he carried in his life from when he was bullied. Oh, shit. Never being able to fight back and preserving the anger to himself, making him never give in to the odds of the hunter because he was the prey. Peter realized this contradicts what Ezekiel had told him, and the Gatekeeper revealed that Ezekiel was unworthy of his powers because he stole them. Spider-Man awakened, battered, bloodied, and Ezekiel explained that because the Gatekeeper will only allow one of them to live, he has to kill Peter. Peter realizes that the supernatural menaces he had fought recently were after Ezekiel. They fought, but Ezekiel defeated him by drugging him with a syringe. Ezekiel chained him to a column in the temple, stabbed him with a knife to have his blood flow into the spider runes of the floor. A giant spider monster appeared to kill Peter as Ezekiel walked away. In panic, Peter uses his spider sense to bond with Ezekiel's mind and showed him his heroics. Ezekiel realized that he had wasted his life seeking wealth, and Peter was the one worthy of his powers, sacrificing himself to save Peter. Okay, so a couple of crazy things about this that, look, again, I'm not trying to say that I think they've got it all figured out or that this is going to be absolutely incredible. However, that seems like kind of a plan. You know what I mean? Seems like kind of a plan here, right? And when he says the Terminator of this movie, what he is referring to, and the most recent rumors that we have about Madam Webb, is that you're going to see Adam Scott play a young Uncle Ben, and you're going to see Madam Webb and other spider people, including some spider women and maybe Ezekiel Sims, going back in time to stop somebody from killing a young Peter Parker. Yeah, that's right. So I think a baby Peter Parker will be in Madam Web, and you're going to have a villain, perhaps Moreland himself. Maybe a different one of the inheritors, but I really do hope that they actually go in this direction. You may have these people going back in time to stop somebody from killing a young Peter Parker. Okay? So, that's actually kind of cool. And the design here for Ezekiel Sims is kind of interesting. And this whole idea of the spider totems, of the inheritors, of destiny, the web of destiny, you know, all these different ideas and concepts are all really, really interesting. But here's, I think, the deal, and I'd like to, you know, see where you guys are at with this, of course. But if they don't have Kevin Feige helping them with this, it is all well and good, and it's going to end up being goobly glob bullshit. In my opinion. If they don't have Feige helping them with some of these central projects here, it's all for naught, and it's going to be a bunch of goobly glob bullshit. In my opinion. Okay? But if Feige is going to help them with a few things, it's got to be Madam Web. It's got to be the Amazing Spider-Man. It's got to be Spider-Geddon. It's got to be the Beyond the Spider-Verse series, and then Silk would actually make sense. Because if in the Madam Web movie, you have Ezekiel Sims essentially taking Cindy Moon and trapping her under this thing for like a long, long freaking time because she's bitten by the same spider as Peter and all these different things that she's desired by the inheritors. That's kind of interesting. And then you like, dude, Cindy Moon is cool. Like, I like Cindy Moon as a character. And so, yeah, that would be very fun. But again, it's like, bro, like, you've got the pieces, right? You've got the comic book shit going on. You could actually make this make sense. And then, of course, the other side of this is what is happening with Across the Spider-Verse? Because Across the Spider-Verse is, I mean, let me just ask you guys. Just put it into the chat. Yes or no? Do you think that Across the Spider-Verse is going to tie in to Sony's live-action plans to do Spider-Verse, Spider-Geddon, and things like that? Yes or no? Like, do you think that's going to happen? Are we a Sony channel now? I mean, if they figure their shit out, I'll definitely cover it. Wow, so a lot of people say yes, but a lot of people are saying no. Yeah, so I think it's definitely going to. Yeah, this is kind of split. It's more split than I thought. No, I think it will. I think it will. But the deal is, man, the deal is this. It's really hard to get excited about this shit when they've got El fucking Muerto, Kraven the fucking member of PETA, Sandman and Rhino buddy cop movie. What? Morbius? Goddamn Morbius. It's Morbin time 2. Holy shit. How can we feel good about any of this when that's the shit they're doing, bro? That's what they're doing, bro. So I don't know. I'm pretty fucking curious about that. And the other thing, of course, is like, what's up with this deal, bro? Because yeah, that was a big step, right? You know, they were saying in that other article, like, it was a big step when they figured out the Sony shit going to Disney Plus. Well, guess what? The Sony shit still ain't on Disney Plus. So, good first step, Marvel and Sony. Good job. So, I wonder if that's real. I wonder if that's actually going to work itself out. Did it change? Well, here's the other thing that's kind of weird, right? In the older rumors, it was said that Spider-Man freshman year was going to be canon to the MCU. It is clearly not. Freshman year is in a parallel universe where the Tom Holland Spider-Man has different villains, different friends, and his mentor is Norman Osborn. Right? So what the fuck happened there? Were people just getting it wrong? Or is there a separate animation for Spider-Man, which I think would just be fucking wild? But I gotta be honest with you. When I read into that, man, the vibes I get are that Marvel is like, nah, we'll just do it ourselves and like completely isolate. Because if you look at the big King Thanos ride that's coming to Avengers Campus, right? They have the Spider-Man from freshman year on there, and I believe that because it's animated, the MCU is able to just say, well, this is the Spider-Man that Sony has no say in what we do with him. So they basically created a variant of Tom Holland that they can do whatever the fuck they want. That's why he's at the attraction ride at Avengers Campus. They can't do Tom Holland Spider-Man because of Sony shit, but they could do this variant that they created that's only animated. I kind of get the vibe that means they're not on good terms. And if I were Kevin Feige, and look, I know, like, here's the thing. Feige badly wants Tom Holland. And from what I heard, there is a big deal on the table, and Tom Holland will come back and do probably Sony Marvel movies together and probably be in Secret Wars, and it'll be all good. But there's a world out there, there's a timeline where Sony just, like, submits basically to Feige, and we actually get like dope SpiderVerse, Spider-Geddon shit that's happening over there, while at the same time having awesome multiversal stuff over at Marvel. And I'm just not sure that we're living in that timeline, right? I don't know that that's what's going to happen, because again, there's a bunch of goobly glob going on over at Sony. Did something happen? Are they having a breakup? Did Andrew even kind of back away? I don't know. But again, I mean, look, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man was amazing in Spider-Man No Way Home. So, you know, having him be a totem and having him show up and do all these, like, you know, Spider-Geddon, Spider-Verse, Inheritor, Moreland type things would be absolutely incredible. It's just, I don't know. You know what I mean? Is he a totem? Is Andrew a totem? I think he could be, absolutely. I think Andrew probably has the other. You know, if you know about the other, which was something Peter had at one point, Kane has at one point, another like totem-esque thing, it's very possible that Andrew Garfield has the other, because Andrew Garfield's more aggressive, he stopped pulling his punches, etc., etc. So I would say that he probably has access to the other, which would be really, really cool, because the other could literally resurrect you. Like, you die and then you just get resurrected. It would be wild. Nobody knows what the other is. It's true. It's true, Ryan, and it's a damn shame. It's a damn shame! But it's true. So, look, there's a lot of fun Spider-Man stuff and possibilities out there. I think a lot of this hinges on Madam Web, which we've been told from a lot of different insiders is a movie that Sony has no idea what the fuck they are doing. That does not mean they can't pull it together. Does not mean they can't make it amazing. And I think Madam Web is really important for all of the rest of this stuff making sense. But if I was Sony, I would drop El Muerto. I would drop Sandman and Rhino. Morbius 2, are you fucking high? I would drop some of these things and I would just focus on Spider-Man. Like, why is it so difficult for them to just focus on Spider-Man? Okay. So, there you have it. That's your update. It's the best I can do right now. We don't really know what's going on, but that's kind of like a deep dive on what people were saying, the story, the leaks, the possibilities. So there you go. Okay, now, before we get into Q&A, allow me to rant just a little bit. Just a little bit. About the Snyder fans. And not all the Snyder fans. Okay? Not all the Snyder fans. Because, of course, I am a Snyder fan. I stan Zack Snyder. John Moran. Welcome to the Nerd Avengers at the prime level. I love Zack Snyder's work. Big, big fan. Okay? And I'm going to do a full video on going into full detail about all of the latest rumors with regards to what Warner Brothers is doing. But here's the deal. I've been saying for weeks at this point that Henry Cavill is back in Black Adam. I'm not going to talk about what he's doing in the movie. I'm not going to go into too far of details, rumors, etc. But the most important thing about this is that this is because of The Rock. And yes, I have talked a lot of shit on The Rock in my day. I am not a fan of The Rock. It rubs me the wrong way. He's like a combo of like a walking billboard and a gigantic toe. You know? Feels very inauthentic in most of his interviews. I'm not a fan. However, you've got to give credit where credit is due. And there are various people reporting that it is because of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson that you're actually going to get Henry Cavill back. Okay? Now, in order to explain a little bit of why I am so fucking triggered by the Snyder Cut fans, I have to explain a couple of changes and things that are going on right now with Warner Brothers. So, number one, rumor. Henry Cavill will be in a traditional blue and red Superman costume. And in fact, it'll be even more traditional than what you got in Man of Steel. The music playing will not be the Hans Zimmerman stuff from Zack Snyder stuff. It will be the OG Superman themes. John Williams, I believe. Unless I'm mistaken. I believe it's John Williams. Could be somebody else. I forgot. Also, remember the rumors that we heard back in the day? That you were going to get Supergirl and Michael Keaton Batman? Yeah. Those things are still happening. It's just that now, apparently, rumor, Henry Cavill will also be in that mix. Okay? I'm not going to spoil what apparently happens to Ben Affleck in the Flash movie, but let's just say he's not going to be Batman moving forward after that. Okay? And to me, I see this as an absolute win. And you must understand that Cavill has wanted to be back for fucking ever. Fans have wanted Cavill to be back for fucking ever. Warner Brothers has said, oh, hell nah, Henry, forever. They don't want him back. Okay? And The Rock, Dwayne "The Rock" walking billboard gigantic toe Johnson, he made the impossible happen. He literally made DC bring Henry Cavill back. And yet, the Snyder fans are bitching and moaning and complaining and talking about how it's not good enough. They're talking about how that Henry Cavill better have the black suit from Zack's shit. He better have Zack's music playing. And in fact, Zack Snyder better come into the movie, karate chop Dwayne Johnson in the neck, and take over. That's like to the level to which these people, delusional motherfuckers, the most toxic, horrible, disgusting group of fans I've ever seen on the internet that literally ruin everything. DC wants nothing to do with you. Nobody in Hollywood wants anything to do with the Snyder fan base. And it's because of shit like this. They can't take a dub at all. It's a delusional, ridiculous group of individuals that are literally destroying the bedrock of the possibilities of anything fun happening over at Warner Brothers. And it's so fucking crazy to me because I don't like The Rock. I have no interest in seeing The Rock play The Rock in the Black Adam movie where he changed the origin, removed himself from Shazam, and doesn't give a fuck about comics. I don't even like this motherfucker. And yet you can't deny that what he is doing is unbelievable. It's one of the best things to happen at DC in the past couple of years. Henry Cavill is actually fucking functionally back, maybe even for more than just being in this movie. And yet the Snyder fans just cross their arms and stick their noses in the air at it, and it's unbelievable to me. Honestly, they don't deserve it. They don't deserve any of the good shit that's going to happen. It's so unbelievably cringe and disgusting, and fuck these people, man. Like, it's so crazy to me that they can't be happy about any good thing that The Rock is doing. And again, like, I don't know how much I can I don't think I can overstate this. It's impossible what he did. It's impossible, dude. And it's still not good enough. It's fucking stupid, dude. Like, I went to bat for the Snyder Cut so hard. I consider myself to be a huge Snyder fan. I want nothing to do with whatever the Snyder fan base is now. I want nothing to do with it. It's so fucking crazy, dude. Holy shit. They're like, it's not good enough, bro. It's not good enough, bro. Bring Zach back, make him in charge of everything, bro. Okay, anyways, that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to politely explain my nuanced point about them. That's all. That's all I wanted to say. Okay. Anyway, let's get into the Q&A. Let's see what y'all be saying. And then we'll get on out of here because I'm real hungry. Politely. Yeah, dude. Come on. That was politely. That was nice. That was my inside voice. That was so nuanced. Hey, thanks, bud. Okay, let's get into these chats here. Uno Nintendo, member for 4 months, says She-Hulk is so boring. My girl and I forgot an episode before the Daredevil came out. I know, right? I mean, I can't really deny that, you know what I mean? Diamond Joe with a winky face, 14 months as a member. Thank you so much. Tyler, welcome back to being a... Oh, actually, no, Tyler. Yeah, Tyler's... Welcome back to being a Nerd Benjamin. Quantum Entanglement, that's a name, with a $5 holla, says, imagine crapping on The Rock constantly, then praising him out of nowhere. Yikes, Josh. Pick a side, for fuck's sake, you indecisive college chick. I know you're probably just trying to trigger me, but it fucking worked. Fuck you? Are you kidding me? Like, who are these people? Who are these people with, like, 70 IQ? That like just must zone the fuck out. But to be honest with you, I get it, because you're the same people that can get a miracle, a literal fucking blue and red miracle, and scoff at it. So it's of no surprise to me that you dumb motherfuckers can't understand the difference between praising somebody for doing something right and liking them. Holy shit. I'm excited for the weekend. I'm excited for the weekend. They call us bots. Mark, you're worse than bots. You're worse than bots. You're petty little children. You're worse than bots, dude. You're worse than it. You're fucking horrible, dude. The worst. Like, worse than Star Wars fans. I said it. So, thank you, Quantum Entanglement. Appreciate that chat. Elijah says, after yesterday's effing hilarious tutorial, I went shopping for butthole buckles, but couldn't find anyone accepting Nerdvengers coupon codes at checkout. It's tough. That is a tough one. Well done, sir. Skylar Hillman says, don't lie, bro. You love Morbius. Again, I know you're just trying to trigger me. Every day they will test you. Okay, Elijah follows up and says, Josh, Q4 update on the bed and breakfast on the 32nd floor. Margins are good. Profits are up 6%. Breakfast staff was wondering if they could get an extra day off around Christmas. Said I would ask. Extra day of 6% profits. If they get those margins, I mean, if they get them up a little bit more, you know, into 10, 15, then yeah, we could probably do that. And also, I'm going to make all of the Snyder bots replace everybody that's working in the bed of breakfast either way. So, fuck them. Sajid says, nothing. But welcome to the Nerd Ventures. I appreciate you. Elijah follows up and says, just curious. Don't have to get into it. But when you say Star Wars relationship is broken, does that mean you don't like the OT anymore? Or is it just like new content stuff that you're referring to? So, of course, I still love the OT. I still love Clone Wars. I still love the prequels. I still love Star Wars Rebels. And there are several Star Wars books that I really, really enjoy. But I think that the best way I can explain it is that my current relationship with Star Wars is so broken that even if I were out and about and I saw a really dope Star Wars toy that's like the OT or like a Dark Horse comic or some shit, I still wouldn't have any real-time desire to make that purchase. So like my relationship with Star Wars is so broken that even though I love all of these older things, I find literally no joy or draw to anything current, whether that would be watching a video about Star Wars, whether that would be making a purchase for something Star Wars, which is so bizarre too, because like everybody bought Liam like Star Wars shit. It's like Liam is like wearing Baby Yoda like 4 days out of the week, right? But that's probably the best way that I can explain it is like, no. It's not that I don't like those other things, but my relationship is so broken with that brand that I feel no draw to like play a Star Wars video game or buy a Star Wars thing or read a Star Wars anything. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe that explains it. Finto182 says, I live in Ireland and we have Andrew's Spidey movies and the first 2 Toby movies. When you start up the Disney Plus app, Venom 1 just added today too. Take my money. Bro, what? Oh my God. Really? Could somebody confirm that? Can somebody in the chat confirm that for me? Anybody else in Ireland? Anybody else? Damn, bro. Okay. So maybe they are figuring it out. Look, again, that's not a bad plan. It's just you need Feige. You need somebody that I can actually like attribute some confidence to this being pulled off, right? So, you know, hey, I'm open to it. I'm open to it. Thank you for that, though. Smoking Mad Pot, member for 6 months, says, I would love to see Spider Carnage in the Madam Web movie or any SpiderVerse type of movie. What do you think? And thanks for the great content. I mean, that would be really cool. It's interesting. SpiderVerse presents a couple of different problems. So many different versions of Spider-Man for sure, which is awesome. But then you have to get audiences to understand the totem. You have to get audiences to understand Morlun and the Inheritors and the Other. Everybody knows what that is, right? So, yeah, dude, like, I could see that happening. I could see them doing that, but it's a tough one. It's a balance to strike. Madam Web could do this and really help us understand a lot of it, or Madam Web could totally fuck it up. I don't know. But thanks for the love. John Rand, again, welcome to the Prime level. XA says, Rhino and Sandman. Craven! What's next? Scorpion and Vulture? It's a letdown after Multiverse of Madness and No Way Home. I mean, I can't argue with you there, dude. I can't argue with you there. It's like, where are their priorities? Like, do they just not understand anything? Who are these people in Hollywood? Like, for real. Who are these people? Is there something in the water over there? Like, why do they just have, like, the dumbest ideas ever? Like, how the fuck is Tom Rothman going to walk in on a stage trying to get people excited about Sony and with no irony talk about El Muerto? Like, what the fuck is going on over there, bro? For real. It's crazy. Spider Groot, remember for 17 months, says El Muerto is going to be is going to be pivotal these next couple of phases. He's going to save most of these heroes and villains off of Battle World during Secret Wars, bro. Ezra Miller for the Beyonder. Holy shit. That is a pretty triggering sentiment, but okay, right on. XA says no Spider-Man and Deadpool movie. No, probably not. But I mean, again, that's one of the reasons. I mean, come on, man. That would be so perfect. And maybe on Secret Wars. Maybe on Secret Wars you see that shit going down. Maybe on Secret Wars, bro. And that would be dope. Jim says, why does KK keep hiring prolific songwriters to direct her Star Wars cover band metaphorically? Wait, what? Hire people interested in working within these confines of Star Wars. What's giving you a prolific songwriter director? Oh, yeah, because she has no idea how to fucking do her job, basically. She's just really old school Hollywood. She's super out of touch with modern audiences. They have no idea. Like, Disney probably, like, and it's not Disney, by the way. I know a lot of you guys are like, it's fucking Disney. Dude, I don't even want to go down that road. Lucasfilm is making these decisions. Kathy is making these decisions. And she's just really bad at her job. And I think it's just so funny because, like, so many people have tried to defend her for so many years. It's finally gotten to a point where some of these decisions are literally indefensible. And I think that people are starting to turn. The problem is, and this is, you know, again, I'm not trying to just shit on Star Wars. That's not what I'm trying to do. That's why I'm not walking away, right? But the reality is, I don't think people understand how bad the brand damage is, and they won't understand until it's practically too late. Star Wars could have a good year next year based on The Mandalorian and Ahsoka. But if they double down on a lot of their bullshit and they don't, like, allow Mando and Ahsoka to become more than just pieces of content in their rotation, they are really fucked. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. I think it's way worse than people realize. But that's, I guess, yet to be determined. The talented Mr. Griffin with a $10 holla, very generous, man, says it's weird that Sony hasn't moved on with Tom. Do you have any contract details that could enlighten the fandom as to why they haven't inserted him into their universe? Well, it's two things. Well, maybe multiple things, but here's the two main things. Tom understands what it is. So remember, he called Tom Rothman and he called Alan Horn basically to just get his shit back with Kevin Feige, right? He was like, this is my career, this is my life, blah, 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 blah. So he knows what it is, dude. That's probably number one. It's really difficult, even with a contract, to get an actor to do something that they don't want to do. For instance, Hugo Weaving is technically still under contract to make another appearance as the Red Skull. But that wasn't him in Infinity War and Endgame, and he's probably never going to come back. And Marvel is not going to exercise the contractual obligation because, like, what do you want? You want fucking Hugo Weaving to be absolutely miserable on set and be like a total butthole just so that you can have him in there? He's not going to be good in press. Like, it's a bad decision. There's contracts, and then there's, like, people relationships, public relations. So maybe it has something to do with Tom. It probably has a lot to do with Kevin Feige. That's probably the best that I can do. I would be speculating, and even that's speculation. But I appreciate the question. I appreciate the support. Brandon Voss says, won 60,000 nerd coin today and counting. I'm rich. How dare you? Shut him down. Somebody shut him down. Okay, wait. Let's keep going here. J Mike Gaming says, I'll give you one reason to watch episode 5 of Andor. Space cereal, Josh. Happy Friday. Oh, I already saw the space cereal because Disney decided to turn that into an ad and try to actually sell that cereal. So I already saw that. Peter B. Parker says Werewolf by Night is down. Just watched it. I'm actually legitimately excited for Werewolf by Night. I think it's going to be a good time. I think we're going to have a good time tonight. And you know what? No more grumpy Josh. No more anger. No more raging out. I think we're going to have a good time tonight. Yeah, that's what I think. David says, Man-Thing is the new Groot. Amazing. Oh, dude, that's sick, dude, because Man-Thing's awesome. Man-Thing is awesome. So I'm excited that he's getting a lot of love. Caden Beatty says, I need more Tom Holland MCU content. Spider-Man 4 appearances. I need it all. Content has been great lately, as always. Josh, keep killing it. You're the GOAT. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. We're doing a lot of work on the main channel content. I'm excited about the direction we're going in. I think that these videos be popping. The Doctor Doom video is going to, like, blow your mind, dude. The Doctor Doom video is going to blow your mind. So I'm excited for that. I need more Tom Holland Spider-Man 2. Here's the thing that's really cool. We already have all these things being fixed by Feige, which, by the way, the video I did on Sunday about Feige fixing everything, the last time I checked, it was like at 120,000 views. People love that video. It's blowing up, so that's awesome. I'm very grateful for that. But think about this. I didn't even mention Spider-Man in that video. If Feige begins to fix all of these different things, and then he also gets Spider-Man back, bro, we're good. We're fine. Everything is where it needs to be. Mikey says, Sony, always gonna Sony. At least Hot D is about to be lit Sunday. Much love. Yo, here's the thing that's real crazy. Apparently this Hot D episode on Sunday, this Hot D video on Sunday, I mean, people are saying it's incredible. Like, best episode of the season. Absolutely brutal, violent. Some dragon action. Whew. I'm excited, dude. I'm excited for that Hot D. It's going to be fun. We'll break it down on Monday. Caleb Senpai says, MCU Spider-Man without the Accords is going to be fire. Great point. That's a great point. Now, nobody knows who Peter Parker is. The Sokovia Accords have been repealed. Spider-Man gets to just be Spider-Man. And I'm excited about that. I think it's going to be dope. Multi-Nerd says, Josh, can we get a little more Rick and Morty talk? I still haven't watched episode 5, dude. It wasn't on YouTube TV. I think I actually have to go buy it now just to watch that. So sorry, man. I haven't watched it. XA says the Ahsoka book was more boring than Andor. Elijah says, content idea. I'd love to see Liam's first tour through the tower and see all the cool, nerdy stuff on each floor, like Peter going through the Oscorp tower. That's actually a cool idea. I'm going to talk more about this at 1 for the Prime members, but that is something I'm actively thinking about. It's like bringing in more fun stuff to the streams, different parts of the tower, etc. So, yeah, I'm hoping actually we can do something like that. It's a good idea. Let's see here. XA says, why is it so hard for Lucasfilm to understand and just give us Thrawn and the big bad Grist since we won't get the Vong or anything else that we want, to be honest? I mean, that is we could do a whole I could do a whole hour on why they're so out of touch. KK the type to give us Ronald McDonald and call him Thrawn and proceed to pat herself on the back. You ain't wrong. Hey, you ain't wrong. Steve Staranka. Remember, for 16 months, much love to you, brother. Says 40% of us are here for the raging, though. No, I know. You guys, you all love the rage. It's true. Y'all love the rage. I'll be honest with you. I like giving it to you, too. You know, I try to keep it chill. I think I go a little too hard. Like, even video yesterday, like Fat Naked Jimmy Neutron. Apparently, he was being a good sport about it in chat. But I feel like sometimes I go just a little too hard. I would like to curb that just a little bit. But the rage itself is pure, bruh. Shit is pure, bro. Like I really do feel this rage. I just wish maybe I was a little bit more tactical. You know, a little bit more tactical with it. Sozen's comment says, not to rant more about Star Wars, but it's been way too long since they've been on the big screen. And I feel like if they start up again with Taika film, it will bomb and ruin any chances for redemption. I absolutely agree. I think moving on with the Taika movie is a big fucking mistake. But, I mean, guys, without an actual plan, without something really going on, that shit's gonna bomb either way. Like, I feel like Star Wars is scared to put a movie out in the theater because they can hide the streaming numbers, which, by the way, how much has Disney publicly talked about the Andor numbers? And I didn't even want to go here. Like, you guys are the ones bringing it up. You know what I mean? But how many, has Disney said shit about the Andor numbers? I'll tell you right now, these Andor numbers are fucking awful, bro. It didn't even crack the top 30 streaming subjects in the United States the day after its 5th episode released. I want to repeat that. It didn't crack the top 30 trending topics in the United States the day after its 5th episode was released. Bro, there ain't nobody watching this fucking show. Okay? So they are living in the bed that they made, and we're just gonna have to see, dude. We're just gonna have to see, because Star Wars is fucked unless they make some changes, and I just don't have necessarily the confidence that they actually will make those changes. Okay, just tweeted you there a pic of Disney Plus. Check it out. Oh Jesus. Oh jeez, Rick. Should I even do it? Hey, let's go, dude. That's sick. Okay, well, maybe there's hope. Maybe there's hope, huh? That's cool. Thanks. Angel Stark says Hugh Jackman is back, Charlie is back, and now Tom DeLonge is back in Blink-182. Wait, what? No way. Let's go Arena Tours 2023. Much love. Dude, that is actually pretty sick. That is actually pretty sick. He's done with all his alien shit, or is he still going to like talk about aliens, right? I don't know. Renee, member for 28 months. Oh my God, bro. Thanks for all that support. Says, if Liam isn't dressed as Wongers and Josh as Madison tonight, we riot. That's actually a pretty good idea, bro. That is actually a pretty good idea. I like that. Okay, Inflection Gaming says, hey, Big Papa, I just took a big old loss in the coin department. 10K. How about some coin there, Daddy? All right, I'll give you all some coin. I'll do a little coin drop to you guys. There's 3,000 nerd coin to everybody. And another 3,000. By the way, maybe on one of the streams next week, maybe just when a really cool game comes out that we're all excited about, like maybe at the end of the month when Modern Warfare 2 actually comes out, I want to do a thing where I set a goal for like how many wins I get, and if I don't hit that goal, I'll do like 50 gifted subs. Like, I'll do 50 gifted memberships so that, like, people in chat can actually get a gifted membership. Like, actually have some stakes for what we're doing. You know what I mean? So I want to try to come up with some ideas, like something like that. You know what I mean? Something like that. Something fun. Something real chill. Okay. I gotta get out of here pretty soon here, but what else is on your mind? What's going on? I'll hang in the chat for a little bit. Yeah, Ragnarok is gonna be sick. I'm not a PlayStation guy though, so I'm not gonna be playing that. Look, I've still been loving this fucking Gundam game. I wish more people were playing it, but it's super fun. The coin per W is fun. Oh, I'll still do that as well. I still want to do that because that's great for like you guys. You know what I mean? Quick thoughts on the Mario movie. I think it looks good, dude. I think it looks super fun. I don't really mind the voice either. I know it's literally just Chris Pratt. But I don't really mind. But what do you guys think? Oh, yeah. Adam, it's all good, man. I understand. Add me on Gundam, you bitch ass. Yo, hit me up on Discord with yo shit, and I will. Can we see the return of the Infinity Stone / Gauntlet in Secret Wars Kang's Dynasty? It's very possible. It's very possible, dude. Couple of crazy things that happen with the Gauntlet. So on Battle World, so in the comics, and I don't know that this is actually the rules in the MCU, but in the comics, the stones only work in the universe that they are from, which is maybe why they don't work in the TVA, right? But so they don't work in the universe, in any universe except for the one that they are from. So there was a moment in the Council of Reed story in Hickman's Fantastic Four where one of them with a gauntlet, he literally uses like a teleport. It's actually a different Reed that is a teleporter, and he teleports his hand into that universe, so he has one hand in the universe that's native to the gauntlet, and then he's able to use the gauntlet. On Battle World, T'Challa is able to use the gauntlet, but only on the section of Battle World that was like from 616. So basically, like, you know, what happens in Battle World is Doctor Doom takes all these chunks of the universe or the multiverse and puts them all together on Battle World. Well, there was a one part on Battle World that's native technically to that gauntlet, and so therefore T'Challa was able to use the gauntlet. It was fucking awesome, right? So yeah, I think you absolutely could. Yeah. Avengers Forever right now, and damn, read it. It's good stuff. I actually do want to read through it. I think I'm on it. I did read it, but I'm not current. And there's a cover of like Doctor Doom with Mjolnir and the Captain America fucking shield. Let's go. I'm pretty excited about it. Pretty excited about it. I promise you that even if you are a huge Doctor Doom fan, you're going to learn something about Doctor Doom from the comics in the video I'm about to drop. Guaranteed. Awesome Sauce says Rick and Morty is on YouTube TV. Go to episode extra. I've tried every single thing. I'll try it again, but nah, it wasn't there, bro. Vape God 1998 says, I hope Mario's sequel is Luigi's Mansion. Oh, wouldn't that be pretty cool? What happens on Battleworld stays on Battleworld. And the first rule is we do not talk about Battleworld. But we can see so many new faces. Oh, hell yeah. I'll let you in a secret, Josh. Spider-Man shit is on Disney Plus in Europe. That's what I'm hearing. That's crazy. That's a good sign, actually. Like, I'm kind of about that. That's kind of fun, you know what I mean? So, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Morbius and El Muerto is Morbius 2. Oh, God. Oh, God, I hope not. They use the Infinity Stones set the rules of What If 2. They use that same Infinity Stone set of rules in What If 2. Do they? Because I feel like that's the show that actually broke that, but maybe I'm wrong. How long until Wakanda Forever? I mean, it's like 3 or 4 weeks, right? When does Wakanda Forever come out? It's like the 11th of November, right? I think, right? Yeah, November 11th. So that's in, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. So a little over a month. Yeah, a little over a month. I'm excited. I'm going to get 2 tickets. I'm going to get 2 tickets for the very first showing possible. And hopefully Elisa can go with me and we can get a babysitter. If not, I'm going on my own. Will you do a stream for the Modern Warfare 2 release date? I don't know if I'll do it when it releases, but I'll do a stream probably the next day or something. If it was Warzone right away, I would probably do it, and then I would stream for like a long time. So, you think Namor will be in other MCU projects? Oh yes, I do. The What If Stones took Ultron across the multiverse, so yeah, it didn't keep that. Yeah, that's what I thought. And Ragnarok drops November 9th. What an awesome weekend. Yeah, that'll be sick. That'll be sick, dude. When does Starfield, is that what it's called? The Bethesda John? Does that still come out at the end of this year? Is that still set for this year? Q1/2 of 2023. Jesus Christ. What's the big game this year? At the end of the year, is it just Call of Duty? Like, what else is dropping at the end of this year? Because they delayed Midnight Suns. They've been delaying shit, bruh. They've been delaying shit, bruh. Gotham Knights. It kind of looks like Butthole, though. It looked good when it was first announced, and then it 2 years later looks the same. Need for Speed? A nice Infection Gaming. That's what I like to see. Tiger Woods PGA Tour. No, I'm sure that's cool. I mean, God of War for sure. That's a big game. People are really going to like it. I don't know that it's like big enough for me. Morbius game? Jedi Survivor is not this year. Jedi Survivor got pushed, right? That's next year, right? They still don't. Yeah, they haven't dated it. Right? Am I crazy? Gotham Knights looks decent. It looks all right. It looks all right. I don't know. I don't know if I would even say it looks decent. It looks all right. I don't see a release date at all. Space Marine 2. Morbius game on a toilet. However, gone to the movies by yourself? Yeah, dude, for sure. I actually like going to the movies by myself. Do a nice little matinee showing, you know? I went to the Dragon Ball movie by myself, the last one. But I ended up actually sitting next to a dude that I used to play Magic the Gathering with, so we kind of like just chatted and had a good time either way. But yeah, I've done that before. You know what else I've been thinking about? Oh, I gotta get out of here. But you know what else I've been thinking about, actually? I think I might start playing Warhammer next year. Yeah. Energy on the She-Hulk vid was great, LOL. 9 out of 10 Daredevil. Hell yeah, dude. You talking about yesterday's stream? That was fun, huh? So I think I'm going to start playing Warhammer next year. Because they're doing a 10th edition of Warhammer. And it's like resetting the game. And so it might be a good time for me to jump in. Because, like, I've been digging deep on a lot of Warhammer lore, which I really, really like. Like, I really love the lore for Warhammer. And I like miniatures games. Just never played Warhammer. You know? So, I don't know. Thinking about it. Thinking about starting to build my army next year. Yeah. Destiny lore is greater than Warhammer lore? What? No way. Oh, nice. Yeah. That's cool, Star-Lords. That's cool. New Pokemon actually has co-op, but performance looks rough. I know. I am going to get the new Pokemon, actually. That's a good point. When does that shit drop? Because Elisa and I will be playing that new Pokemon. Definitely be playing that Pokemon. Dominic, I'm good. How are you? How are you? November 18th? Let's go. That's going to be sick. Big fat naked Jimmy Neutron the game? Right on. 10 straight losses in 2 weeks? What the fuck, Josh? Ooh, that's rough. That's rough, bro. Space stay on stream. What are your opinion, man? Respectable for the art. Okay, cool. I'll have to check that out. All right, guys. I got to get on out of here. I'll see some of you in about an hour for the Prime stream. I'll see some of you at 7 p.m. for the watch party for Werewolf by Night. Yeah. Much love to you all today. Appreciate you. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. As I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video. Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? Ah, man, what a good week. What a good week! Lots of cool stories, lots of fun, a lot of jokes, a lot of rage. And we're going to finish it off with a couple more streams today. I'm excited. I really am. It's been a while since we did a watch party, man. It was, it was She-Hulk back in the day, I think. And no, I did Andor. The first 3. I think that was the last one. Yeah. So it'll be nice to do it again. Not have to be up at like 3 in the morning. It's this new fun thing. No, the watch party will be for everybody. It'll be for everybody, man. It'll be for everybody. So that'll be good. All right. Much love to you all. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you soon. Make sure you open up that third eye. Wash out that brown eye. Wash out behind your ears. Wash back top.